So welcome to the Swayam demo. This is one of the flagship products of Minfy. We have put in all our years of experience into managed services, into developing Swayam, which is part of our core SRE automation platform. And all that we have learned in terms of providing best of class services to our hundreds of customers in managing and maintaining their application and their servers and their cloud infrastructure. We have put it into this product called Swayam. So this is an extremely experiential based product, and what we have done is we have bought in all the standards and the quality that we maintain and into this product, and we are presenting it to you as a service which you can use it for your cloud infrastructure too. So Swayam is a Sanskrit word, and it typically means yourself, do it yourself. Okay, and that exactly is the motto of the product. We let you remove the clutter out of the cloud and allow every person in your organization, from a junior cloud engineer to the CFO, to manage and look at have an outlook of their application or the cloud infrastructure into the product. So the features that we have over here, and something which I'm going to show you shortly in the demo also, is tickets and SLA management. We have cloud operations, cloud optimization, security and compliances, SLA reporting, billing management, backups, reports, you name it. It's a wholesome product for any managed service provider to manage the cloud infrastructure, either of any client or the client themselves managing their own infrastructure. Some more from the operations perspective, we have instance management, tab management, DBaaS management, storage management, configuration management, native firewall management. This is how Swayam looks in its current avatar. Okay, and some more optimization features, very powerful cost optimization features. We have written advanced algorithms to bring excellent overview on the cost that leakages that you may be having in your infrastructure, which can either be an underutilized instances, or some kind of components which you are paying for, which you should not be paying for ideally, or some services that you have enabled, which is kind of making you spend a lot of money, but actually you don't need them. So during the demo, I'll expand this further. And then comes compliance management. Very powerful suite of compliances for you to give an world-class for you to maintain world-class infrastructure with you, so that there are minimal data leakages or account hacking or instance hacking into your ecosystem. Okay, so they're primarily into disk compliances, storage compliances, audit trail, identity and access, tags, security, CIS compliance, patch status, OS vulnerability, cloud recommendation, SLA management, and many more. Some more features into EC2 compliance, S3 aging report, IAM compliance, RDS compliance, and all. We have a very strong FinOps module, which is primarily targeted towards taking you early decision in terms of any cost leakages that may be happening on the system, something which I will show you again in the demo. And a lot of reports, from infra to inventory, uptime, MIS, snapshot, backups, disk, a lot of reports that can help you create your monthly reports or the quarterly reports and all of their infrastructure performance. Some value-added features: infra governance, scams, monitoring, anomalies. These are the features which are very useful for you to manage the infrastructure. So over to the demo. Right. So this is the Swayam console. Typically, when you log into Swayam, you reach into the tickets module. Okay, that is the first thing like that the customer would like to do, or your infra engineers would like to do. If they find any issue, they raise a ticket. Minfy being an MSP, obviously you can raise a ticket on Minfy itself, or we have also integrated the AWS business support APIs. You need not log into the console. You can directly come here and raise a ticket onto the AWS business support itself. And of course, you can view all the tickets, whether you have raised at Minfy or you have raised at AWS support directly into this console itself. So it's a complete 360-degree integration that we have done into the system. Then under operations, if you see, we have got EC2 management. Now the good use case of this is wherein you would not like to give your console access to most of your guys in your ecosystem, which obviously has to remain with the cloud subject matter expert. So, for the rest of the folks, most of the common aspects of the cloud, whether it is related to EC2 metadata management or a security or a storage discovery or a disk discovery or monitoring of the core RAM, all the stuffs are already added and into this view. You can start and stop your servers right from here. You can manage your tags. So many of the common daily hygiene work has already been added into this feature. You can also have the view by the tags. You would obviously have tagged all your instances. You can select or filter the instances by the tags. You can look at all your RDSs instances that you have created, whether it is single RDS instance or a cluster instance. All of them can be found over here into this view. You can also have look into some metadata of the instances in terms of how many connections are being utilized, or what is the CPU utilization, or what is the freeable memory, right, from this console. Then about the EBSs, you can see all the EBS which you have configured in a single pane of glass over here, and you can take a call on what are the volume types, what are the IOPS on the volume, when did you create it, which zone it is, and all, in snapshots ID, and you can manage tags around it. A lot of operation stuffs you can work out of here. Cost control remains to be one of our interesting features that we offer to all our customers. Okay, if you see for this account, it kind of discovers and evaluates based on the memory and CPU utilization of the server, of the instances in the last 4 weeks, and based on that, it provides you an overview or a recommendation, kind of saying that you can reduce this instance type. So of course, it's a decision that the app team and the infra team has to take together on whether it should be reduced. But the recommendations are pretty strong over here, either from a CPU usage or saying that you can move out of Intel to AMD and kind of take a good call over it. Let's say for example, this instance, both recommendations are there. You can also reduce the instance, and you can also move into out of Intel to AMD. So it's an excellent reference overview that we provide on your infrastructure. Similarly for the EBS, it'll discover all the GP2's EBS that you are running, and recommend you to move to GP3, which is obviously a much cheaper option, and without any compromise on the quality of the disk. These two links, which are other cost controls and floating reports, are primarily those few hidden things where you continuously have leakage in your spend, and you typically don't pay any attention to this, like what are the spot instance, I'm sorry, the stopped instance which are there in the infrastructure, and what are the unused elastic IPs or unused EBS which is there. You can look into here, and a very powerful floating component report. This is where our customers have saved thousands of dollars, because they never realized that they had instances which don't exist, and they have the AMIs or snapshots of their instances remaining in the system for which they are paying continuously. So it scans your entire infrastructure, correlates them, and tells you what are the AMIs and instances that you can delete. plus unused volumes. You may having unused volumes, and these are all downloadable reports. You can download them and see the report that has been generated. So coming to compliances, one of the strongest feature of Swayam is its compliance sets. From infra perspective, for example, you have EC2 compliances. You go into here and you can see all the a simple from a simple thing like enable termination protection. Okay, you can go here and you can see what are the servers instances where the termination protection is not enabled. You can go and take a call, or from a more critical aspect, like you have unrestricted outbound access, which is there on some of the servers. You can understand what this is, and you can go there and take a call and restricting them. So there are many rules. There are about 48 rules based on which your compliances are given. Similarly, compliance sets are for EBS, whether it is encrypted or not, then for RDS, whether you have configured it properly, tags. S3 compliance is another place where, which helps you secure your data on S3. For example, we have left a bucket open for this demo, and it shows you that the one of the bucket out of all of them have are open, and you can go there and take an action and close it. And not only just default making it public, there are many other ways you can make your bucket. You can compromise on the security of your bucket. We have put all those aspects into the cloud, into Swayam, and we are displaying it here. So by any means, if you attempt to compromise on the security of the bucket, Swayam should be able to capture the same. So then more of them, we have CloudWatch compliance, CloudFront compliance, API gateway, DynamoDB. So if you notice, these are the stuffs that you mostly use in your infrastructure by and large, and we have covered all those aspects of compliance into this. Okay. Similarly, for security, the easiest thing to compromise on security is by letting your IAM roles be loosely configured. Okay, so this discovers all of them and it shows you, where and all it is failing, and you can go there in there, review it, and fix it off. Then IAM users, access key rotation, security group is another very strong feature of Swayam, which actually tells you what are the you can have two views, open to the port, which are the security groups that have ports open to the world, or what are the ports that are open to the world. You can just go there and say, okay, what is 7050? It is open in these two security groups, and these groups are added to these two instances. Okay, so this is something which you don't get out of easily out of the AWS console. And for your convenience, we have also added the inspector reports here, the security hub reports, the KMS compliances. Everything has been added into this for you to manage security. Similarly, maintenance, all the AWS defaults are here for quick access, CloudTrail, config, patch report, trust advisor, and then we also have our CloudTrail compliance rule sets that we have written to make you understand and implement it at a simpler and a faster way. So similarly, you can look into your SLAs of all the tickets that has been raised within the system. Of course, this needs to be connected with your ITSM. Okay, so and by default it's connected to Jira. So if you use Jira, you can start it from day one. We can also connect it with other ITSM tools as may be required. Monitoring is a dashboard that we get out of our EMS, that is enterprise monitoring system. That dashboard is straight away integrated into this, and it is and all your performance parameters and charts are shown onto this. Of course, this is pretty configurable, so you can do a lot of stuffs around it. And under automation, we have a very strong scheduler mechanism. Okay, wherein you can kind of schedule the start and stop of your instances on a daily basis. Okay, and you can configure it on daily or a weekly or a monthly. Okay, or a one-time scenario. Okay, and you check it out on the next page. You select your region where your servers are instances are located. You select all the instances that you want to schedule under this. You group or batch them. Okay, and then you save it, and actually the servers may get start stopped at your the way you have automated it. Then comes the backup reports. very strong snapshot report steps. You know, you can, this column is very powerful because most of the time you enable the snapshots, and sometimes if you're writing custom program for enabling snapshots, you miss some disk. So as long as it's showing one by one or a two by two or a three by three, that means all the disk, if that instance has three disk and all the three snapshots are over there. So, and what is the scan status? All the scanning has been done, and they are all into the latest available mode. So here you can see for this server how many snapshots are there, when was the first snapshot created, there are how many total snapshots, how many snapshots since days, one day, frequency is 1 day, 16 hours, 17 minutes. That is the frequency at which snapshots are being taken. So these all aspects can be seen over here. From a FinOps perspective, we have two very interesting simplification that we have done, for our customers. Like we find that the finance team of any company, obviously they struggle on the cloud because obviously they're not supposed to know everything about the cloud. Even understanding the default billing becomes a challenge for them. So we have simplified the billing view. Okay, so any person, whether he's cloud trained, or whether he has got any understanding of the of how the billing is presented by AWS, none of them is required. They can just come here, they can open their invoice. We have shown segregated the invoices by EC2s and EBSs, and others in the ecosystem. You can look into the relational database services, all the billing segregated by them, and in others we have kept all the other components. So it's pretty clear, straightforward, in terms of how a person can look and interpret the bill. Daily bill variation report, cost variation report is a very powerful report. The prime use case here was that customers usually went unaware of any new infrastructure that was launched, or any escalation that has been happening on a particular component in terms of the cost on a daily basis. So what this report does is it shows you can get the range by in 7 days or week or month comparison or last 6 months. You can compare the previous day and current day's bill. Okay, and you can see if there is any somewhere where the cost has increased. For example, in config, the cost has increased by almost 93% compared to 28th of October. So you can obviously go there and check out what has have been happening. You lose a lot of money on the compute, because that is where people just launch server and sometimes forget putting it, and immediately the next day you will see that the cost have shot up, and you can easily go there and figure out as to what has happened. So obviously you can drill down. When you drill it down, you will see that the cost is broken by the instances, and on which instance where is the cost that has got escalated. So by the instance you can see that. So very extremely powerful report, okay, which is very helpful. Similarly, you can get the RI, reserve instance report, or you can set up budgets and all and look into Swayam. Finally, you have the reports. There are a lot of reports, more or less a good part of the reports that you need to manage, maintain, and report your infrastructure health has been covered into the Swayam. From a security group to inventory to daily backup, MIS, uptime, disk details, snapshot aging. A lot of such reports are already there in place. You can and handy, and most of them pull data on demand. So you when you pull the reports, it will be mostly with the current set of data set. And finally, we have you can schedule the reports. There are many reports that you would require to be delivered to you daily in your inbox. So you come here, you enable the reports that you want, set up your mail ID, and that's it. From the next day, the reports will start falling into inbox. This is daily, this is the weekly list. Okay, and you can take it saves you a lot of time and energy in creating the reports. So this, in a nutshell, is what Swayam does. Okay, and it primarily, if you would have noticed, it simplifies your cloud operations. It helps you manage it well, and most of all, it saves you from breaches, which may result in either data loss, or may result in a financial loss, or a downtime for your infrastructure. So this is Swayam for you. Thanks a lot for being on this demo, and I hope we meet again very soon. Thank you.